Welcome to another episode of the Movie Brothers. I'm Ant. This is Kev. Thank you for joining us once again. Kev, you GQ smooth as always, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that, my brother. The temperature is starting to drop a little bit. I can start breaking out, my fall gear. I'm feeling good about myself.
Yeah, man. You kind of look like a banker today, man. So, can a brother get a loan?
Oh, you want a loan? Why don't
Yes.
you go on and pay me back the money that I spent on this movie so that, no, it's not that bad.
He going in already, y'all.
It's not that bad. I'm really just joking.
Okay.
It's not bad at all. So
All right.
Let's get into it.
The film Kev is referring to, y'all, is The Martian. That's what we're reviewing for you today. It's rated PG-13, has a runtime of 2 hours and 21 minutes. This is an action sci-fi flick. In it, during a failed mission on Mars, astronaut Mark Watney is left when presumed dead after a violent storm on the planet.
This movie was directed by Sir Ridley Scott, who is responsible for bringing us some of the most seminal motion pictures in motion picture history.
Yeah.
He brought us films such as Black Hawk Down. He brought us Blade Runner. He brought us Alien, Gladiator. The list goes on and on and on. And I generally love everything that this man does. The film stars Matt Damon, Jessica Chastain, Kate Mara, Jeff Daniels, Michael Pena, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and Donald Glover, and that's just a few guys. The list of names associated with this film are long and illustrious.
Yeah, man. Let's get into this, Kev.
Let's do it. Excuse me. Some films are ensemble pieces. Some are totally actor or character driven. Some are monologues or studies about singular characters. That's what this film was for me. It was about one character and one character only, and that was Mark Watney, played by Matt Damon. The Martian, it's not as engaging as Gravity was for me, the Sandra Bullock piece, but it does shine a light on the strength of the human spirit. One man's will to survive against impossible odds. It is very inspiring in that way. So, I think there's a lot of positive to draw out of it.
Yeah, man, I am shocked that you didn't really find this film as engaging as Gravity, but which I'm the reverse. I thought it was more engaging than Gravity, but I do agree with you that this film does a great job of displaying the power of the human spirit. That's one of the big things that I loved about it.
Right.
And, I left the theater, loving the film and just feeling inspired and motivated.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one question though, Ant.
Okay.
One
Shoot.
question.
Yeah.
When is Ridley going to return to form for us? When is Ridley Scott going to return to form? Exodus, Gods and Kings,
Let me think.
Prometheus, The Counselor.
Well, the Prometheus, I enjoyed that one.
Robin Hood,
Yeah.
Where is Black Hawk Down when you need it? Where's Alien? Where's Thelma and Louise? Where are the films that made Ridley who and what he is? We haven't seen those.
He's had some stinkers.
I was hoping that this film would represent a true return to form. It does in some ways, but it also kind of fails to measure up in others.
Yeah, man, I disagree with you on this. I do agree, yes, he's absolutely had some stinkers. I think he's won big with this film.
Don't get me wrong, it has a great message.
Yeah, but I mean, beyond the message, I was entertained with this film. This guy, Mark Watney, y'all, he's an astronaut. You get that. He's in space, and, there's some technical jargon and some stuff going on. This film does dive into the scientific aspect of what it takes to live in space, or if someone's trying to survive on the planet Mars, what does it take to do that? And
it's not as bad as Interstellar, though.
No, not even close. Because I would have ripped it apart if it was. Because you guys saw our review on Interstellar, and I definitely didn't want to go down that road. I don't think this film does.
It doesn't.
Great messages in and out. I couldn't help but think about our young people as I saw this film. And the point I want to make with this is that, man, you see all of these scientists that are there in botany and thermodynamics and aeronautics and all of these different sciences and stuff. And even forget about the football and the rapping and stuff. You hear people say, be a doctor or be a lawyer. Man, when there are hundreds of different careers and things out there that our young people can do. And I think this film is a great way to expose our young people that have interest in these areas, right? To get into. You chuckling?
No. I'm agreeing with you 100%, Anthony.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, now I'm Anthony. See, when Kim want to go at me, that's why I switched from Ant to Anthony. But anyway, so I really enjoyed that. It's all about exposure for the young people. All right, I'll stop preaching. Matt Damon, man, he did a phenomenal job in this film. I loved him, and I think his performance puts him in an elite category of actors. I'm going to name Will Smith, Robert Redford, Tom Hanks. These are all actors that have done films where they're basically running the show in terms of solo screen time. And Matt Damon, that's what he's required to do in this film. But I thought he nailed it, kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can understand where you're coming from as far as that's concerned. Matt Damon definitely does. He rises to the top. He is the creme de la creme as far as this film is concerned. And he does join the rarefied air of some of those actors that you just mentioned. Big Willie,
Big Willie.
Big Willie, I don't know if he's quite there yet, but Big Willie, he's on his way.
Yeah.
But the film tends to grind kind of a little bit to a halt whenever he's not on screen. Okay, the supporting cast is great in this film, but they're just not given a whole lot to do when they are on screen, other than to fret and to worry about, okay, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna get him home?
Yeah.
So on and so forth. Which is not fine, but if Matt's not there, if his character's not on screen, then I'm wishing that he was, because I'm more interested in what he's doing and what's going on for him back on Mars than what we're doing on Earth.
Yes.
Or what his other shipmates
Colleagues,
are doing,
yeah.
his colleagues are doing as they're in space trying to get back to Earth. What I didn't need was a dissertation on how to grow potatoes from my own poop. Okay, that was something that I really didn't need to. I'll never use that ever in life.
You'll never eat a potato again.
I'll eat.
You never look at a potato
potatoes,
again.
but hey.
Sorry, Professor. Yeah, I thought that would have been right up your alley, man. But anyway,
poop potatoes.
The only gripe I had in this film was the freaking branding of Nike. All right, and
that's what you gripe about.
That's the only thing I have to gripe about, because I love the film so much, kid.
Okay.
Right, and you guys, you've seen our reviews. You rarely hear, if ever, have maybe heard me mention branding, but it will come up every time if your logo is a distraction in the scene. All right, and there are scenes in the film where Nike is a distraction. You got this puzzled look on your face like you don't know what I'm talking about. Well, you do know what I'm talking about, because I can't give it away to y'all, but I've explained to you the scenes that I'm talking about. But it's over the top. You got Nike issued NASA gear. Really? I mean, it's just, I didn't get that piece. It was just a little bit much for me. But that's really the only complaint that I have. Can we throw some points on it?
Yes, let's.
Yeah.
Okay. What this film represented to me, for me, Ant, was Castaway in Space, more or less. The Tom Hanks film where he is basically abandoned on a deserted island with only a volleyball to talk to.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what this film represents for me. This is Matt Damon's Castaway. Rather than a volleyball, we are Wilson. Okay, we are who Matt Damon's character has to communicate with, and they found a very ingenious way of doing this by setting up cameras all over the place so that he can give journals to and speak to and talk to as he's going through the various travails that he has to deal with. I thought that was very interesting. I really liked that. This movie is good. It's very good, but it's not as riveting to me as, say, Tom Hanks' Apollo 13. Okay. And it's not as good as some of Ridley Scott's other films. I'm concerned that you, as the audience, will have to deal with a little bit of Emperor's New Clothes syndrome, because you'll hear every critic in the world tell you just how awesome, how masterful this film is, and you will be forced to go see it and be forced to agree with it just because everybody else does. Don't fall into it. It's a good movie, but it's not the living end. Okay, I give this movie a 7 out of 10.
All right. Yeah, I am one of those critics. You'll hear me say this film is excellent. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think you will enjoy it too. Are you forced to like it? Well, that's on you. I mean, be honest with yourself when you go see it, but you're absolutely getting a recommendation and a stamp from me to go see this film. I think you enjoy it. Take your kids to go see it as well. It's entertaining. It's educational. Like I said, I was inspired. It's a positive message.
Bored.
I give this film a 9 out of 10. Kev was bored, but he's
I was
in the
not
minority.
bored. I was not bored.
I was entertained, and I think you'll enjoy it. A 9 out of 10. So you got a 9 from me. You got a 7 from Kev. You decide. All right. So that's our show. Be sure to check out our website at themoviebrothers.com.
Or you can follow us on Twitter at The Movie Brothers.
Yep. And keep subscribing. We love it. We appreciate it. You comment. You know we always respond. So keep it coming.
Without you, there's no us.
That's right. That's right. Again, I'm Ant. This is Kev. We are the Movie Brothers. This is the place, the one and only place where we bring you nothing but the real on the real. Peace.